Attention, Taco.
Orlando's Rock Station, 1011 WJRR. This hour brought to you by our iHeartRadio Music Festival. That's in September. T-Mobile Arena in Vegas over 2 nights. Big lineup. If you'd like to go, trip to Vegas, you and a guest with $1,000. 3 more chances coming your way today.
First one happens right around 9:05-ish. For this particular contest, when you hear the keywords, you text them to 200-200.
905, 105, and 505. Mm-hmm. All right. An update on a story we talked about a while back. This out of the UK, the Pervert paramedic.
What was his perverted move? Wasn't he?
He had multiple.
In a house, he did one, I think.
Multiple perverted moves in multiple locations with multiple female colleagues.
Yeah.
32-year-old Gavin Boa was fond of showing his boa and bombarding his female colleagues with unsolicited, deep pics and such. And
it's never a good idea because there's always a pic for proof.
Then there was the time one of his female coworkers asked him to move an ambulance out of the way, to which he responded, "If you show me your..."
Mm-hmm. That's also probably not a good one to do.
This guy is the HR department's poster
nightmare
child. For what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
He even pulled some of these shenanigans in front of patients with his coworkers. It's just,
I think at one point, that he rubbed the breast of a patient. Or that might have been a different perv.
I think that's a different one.
Okay.
This guy was in court over the last few days to, account for these accusations. He managed to avoid any kind of prison time and simply ordered to do 150 hours of community service.
Did he get suspended or lose the job?
He's not going to be working there anymore,
I didn't think so.
Obviously.
And you know what? Any of our medics or, fire staff or firemen and women listening, they're glad, too, that he's gone because he's a bad apple, Every job has, a few bad apples, and that guy, at least he's out of your field now.
Gavin, would you move the ambulance, please?
Yeah, if you show me your tips.
That's exactly.
And thank you to all you men and women for all you do. Seriously. That's a lot of, you run into fires, so we don't have to. Thank you.
Jesus. All right. What else we got here?
I mean, you can kind of get away with that in radio, Hey.
No, you can't.
No, I realize that. But I'm saying certain jobs, really, you have to be much more professional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Like, there could be a guy walking down the hall here hitting his weed vape. And he shouldn't be, but, it can go overlooked. You doing that Nah, not really. You can't have, the lawyer sitting next to his client hitting the
lines there on the desk.
Oh, yeah. Hey, speaking
that
of...
doesn't go on, does it?
No. Speaking of lawyers in court and everything, any updates on P. Diddy, or did that just fall off the map?
No, it's still going on. One of the witnesses yesterday gave testimony about the time he dangled her off a 17th floor balcony.
Yeah, lovely guy that he is.
Again,
I know. You're just waiting. We'll see at the end. I know you keep saying he's going to get off, but...
Well, he gets off. That's the problem. The charges don't match what he's actually... he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
The evidence bears that out, but does it bear out the actual charges?
And so you said before, we're just going to have to see if he gets charged with anything. We'll leave it at that. We're not going to call it.
Well, he's charged. It's convicted. Will he get convicted? All right.
Pat says no. I say yeah.
The New York Times, brings us a hard-hitting expose on a subject we've talked about here on this show before.
Which is?
Peeing just in case. The act of peeing. Hey, let me go pee before we hit the road. Just in case.
Oh, and didn't they say that it's not good to do that?
That's the summary of their big story. That
I'm still doing it.
Peeing just in case is bad for you because, as the science in it goes, it explains that you're now training your brain to go when your bladder's not full, and then it gets in the habit of anytime it starts to get any thing that needs to be eventually peed out. You're going more than you need to.
Hey, New York Times, look, I'm going to get 30 miles deeper into a road trip than you. So,
finally, this in Washington State, a grandfather intervened when a now former DoorDash driver who had delivered groceries to the home the previous night showed up the following morning, demanded a cash tip from his daughter, who the guy had a gun as well, demanding a cash tip. He wasn't happy with the tip that was left through the app when the delivery was made the evening before. The guy shows up at the family's door during breakfast with a gun, had been drinking.
Of course.
As well. And
tip wasn't good enough last night. I want cash now. That way it doesn't show up that I was here or anything.
Right.
Forget that your doorbell cam just saw me, but...
Well, Grandpa took matters into his own hands and got into a front yard wrestling match with the armed DoorDash driver, drunk, and disarmed him while the police were making their way over to the property, and they arrived just in time to end this whole deal before it escalated any further.
That's the one thing. I mean, you defend it, but you don't go wrestling the guy when he's got a gun.
Well,
unless you have the military or,
Can you just? I want you to think about this. Anybody who has stuff delivered to their house anytime, on a regular basis, getting a knock, and you look out, through the window or the people, whatever you have, and you go,
that's last night's DoorDash guy.
What the hell? But, hey, how you doing? I wanted to talk to you about the tip or lack thereof.
Yeah, what about it?
I tipped you in the app.
Yeah, you got a tip. Thanks for the groceries. Now get the hell off my. Sir, you smell like vodka.
I was thinking about it last night. It just rubs me the wrong way.
And you're not supposed to smell vodka, I thought.
Right.
You've had a lot.
Lynch and